Good evening, folk. It's good to be with you. I'm coming at you from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's always good to be with you, no matter the day of the week. And I hope that you've all had a fantastic week so far. In my advertisement, I said to you that I would have a 50K affiliate on the line for you tonight. I have kept my word. In fact, there are two on the call right now. But, well, we know him very well. He's like one of our own. I think you might as well just move across the Atlantic and join us. We see that often. He's an amazing leader. He puts so much love into the African continent and does so much. He's a 50K affiliate. He's the one and only Dale Franklin. Dale's going to be with us to share tonight, and I look forward to hearing what he has to say. Dale, welcome back. It's lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, greetings, everybody. Warwick had a surprise guest for you, another 50K who unfortunately couldn't make it. So he wanted to keep his word. So here I am. Guys, this is one of those meetings that was a little tough for me to get started with as far as what I was going to say, because starting Friday, we're basically looking at a whole new paradigm shift in our business. Okay. You know, the company's Josh Wagle has been working for months and months and months with a whole team building a brand new back office. And I tell you, from what we saw at the mastermind, it is going to blow your socks off. It's making making things so much easier, and it's going to explode our business even faster. So at the mastermind, we saw the back office, we saw the fact that we're going to have a new product to promote, and so that's what I'm going to talk about that today. But how I want to get started is I want to start by talking about one of my new mantras for this company and for us. You know, every one of us has talked to somebody about this business, and they've said, "Oh, this is selling. I don't want to sell. I can't sell. It's just not for me." Well, we're not salespeople. Okay. Yeah. Once in a while you get somebody who really is a good salesperson, but for the most part, we're just ordinary individuals that are trying to do something to better our lives. And so I don't want you to think of yourself or anybody you talk to anymore as a salesperson. I want you to think of them as problem solvers. And there is a huge difference. Okay. To start with, you listen to what people have to say in their everyday life. And here are some of the things that you might hear. You know, you listen to what their problems are, what their challenges are. You know, you might hear somebody say, "I'm not getting a good night's sleep. I'm tired all the time." Or they might say something like, "Wow, what about these fuel prices? They're killing me." Or again, somebody might say, "Oh, I wish I could just lose a little weight. This extra weight I've put on is hurting my joints, hurting my knees. And I wish there's something I could do about it." You know, again, these are all things that people say in everyday conversations. And all you have to do is use your two ears and listen to what everyone's challenge is. Okay. And then from that, you come back with a way to solve those problems. For instance, you know, I'm not getting a good night's sleep. Well, you know, I had a similar concern, but thank God for sleep spray. Thank God for my CBD oil with melatonin in it. You know, same thing. These fuel prices are killing me. Me too. They are, you know, every time I pull up the gas pump, they're killing me too, or they were, until I found something that's giving me a solution to these high prices. You know, in other words, I didn't say anything on that one. I didn't say anything about what the product was. Okay. You can either mention the product or not. You can just create curiosity. I wish I could lose some weight. Me too. Just recently, I lost X amount of pounds with one of the products that I'm using. Okay. Or if it's not you, you can say, oh, let me tell you about my friend George, who lost 22 pounds in the last 3 months because of a product he's using. You know, again, you haven't told anybody what it is unless you want to. Okay. And what this creates is curiosity, and people are going to come back and say, what did they use? What did you use? Okay. Now you're not selling, you're informing. You're giving them you're solving their problem, a problem they specifically said themselves. So you haven't got to go into somebody and say, hey, I don't know what your problem is, but whatever your problem is, I think I got something to fix it. You know, that's a sales technique, and people are going to pull away from you. But if you just listen to people and see what their problems are, what their challenges are, they're basically asking you for the solution. So you're no longer perceived as a salesperson, you're perceived as a problem solver. So promote that we solve problems, that we, they just got in, okay. So, and you know, there's other things you can do along those same lines. You know, they talk about telling stories about our different products. You know, the old adage, facts tell, but stories sell. You know, and there's so many different stories that I could tell you that I have learned about over my time in this industry. I'll tell you about, you know, let's start with essential oils. Okay, we have our mantra, essential oils. And a lot of people say, well, what, you know, they you can put them in and make the house smell good and things like that, but do they really do much for you? Well, let me tell you, one of my good friends, his wife, has been paralyzed since she was 16. And she's in a wheelchair. Now, she cannot feel anything below the waist. So she has to constantly be watching out for bed sores, because she can get an infection in that bed sore and it can be life-threatening. Okay. And for years and years and years, she had to constantly be careful that she would get a bed sore. And she's been in the hospital several times because she got them and didn't realize that she got them because she couldn't feel the pain. She didn't sense the infection until it was too late. Well, she started using lavender oil. A friend of hers recommended lavender oil, and she started using that. And she started, the first time she used it on a bed sore, and where her bed sores usually took 3 or 4 or 5 weeks to heal, suddenly the thing was healed in about a week. So she thought that was good. So then she started applying the oil as a kind of a maintenance thing, just so that she wouldn't get any more problems with her bed sores. You know, she's been a couple of years now without a bed sore, where she used to get them on a regular basis. So is that a good testimony for anybody you know that might be that might have some sort of affliction like that, that gets infections? Every people you know that might be in a wheelchair or might be in bed rest for a long time, perhaps a pregnant woman who's been the doctors have told her they got to stay in bed rest for several months. Do you think this might be something that would help them? So that's a story you can tell around, and certain people will tell that story over and over again, or they'll keep it to themselves until they suddenly hear somebody else they know talk about the same situation. And when that happens, they can say, oh my gosh, you know, Warwick, a friend of mine just brought that up recently, that he had a friend like that. And this is what they did, you know, type of thing. And they'll ask, well, where can we get this? Well, I think Warwick sells it. Well, let me reach out to him. So you're going to find a lot of people that are going to just remember what you say, and will continue to add that to their knowledge, and then they'll share it when they hear or their memory gets jogged by somebody who talks about something similar. Same thing with, you know, I'm going to talk a few minutes about our new fuel additive called FFX, or Fuel Factor X. There's so many, you know, me being in the automotive business, owning a tire and automotive center, there's so many different times I've heard about benefits of this product. I'll tell one. We had a friend of mine who took he actually doesn't live close to me, so he took his car to his shop closer to him, and he was having the valve cover gaskets replaced. And the car had 100, I think it was 170 some odd thousand miles on it. And while they were replacing the valve cover gaskets, they gave my friend a call and said, "What have you been doing to this car?" And she says, "Well, what do you mean?" And said, "Well, we took the valve cover gaskets off. The inside of your engine is just as clean as can be. We've never seen a car with this much mileage on it without varnish and carbon buildups and stuff like that. What are you doing?" Well, what was she doing? She was buying my fuel additive that we had at the time, the predecessor to the FFX, and she'd been using it for probably 4 or 5 months, and that had cleaned. One of the things it does is clean the engine, and it had cleaned that engine on 170 some thousand mile engine, so it was just as clean as it was the day it came off the showroom. So that's one story that I often tell. Myself, I used the fuel additive and my Toyota Tundra. And when I started using it, I was getting 16 miles per gallon. After a few tankfuls, I went to 19.2 miles per gallon. Other stories that I can tell, I used to have a problem falling asleep at night. I'd toss and turn for hours. I always envied my wife who can drift right off to sleep. But I started using CBD with melatonin, and I'd take it about 10, 15 minutes before I went to bed, and I would drift right off to sleep, and I'd wake up more rested and refreshed than I had in years. Another thing is I've had knee pain. When I was a young man, I worked on my father's farm and milked cows and stuff like that, put a lot of stress on my knees, did some damage to my knees in sports in high school, and then working on my tire store, standing on cement for long periods of time, and pretty well did the most you can do to your knees to be damaged. So they were always aching. I started using our CBD or curcumin. I also use our cream Relief, and both of those help me to basically take care of almost all my pain that I had in my knees. So these are all testimonials that you can hear from me or hear from other people that are using our product, and you take those testimonials and you use them to tell other people about what we have to offer. And when you're trying to find new customers and you're posting on social media, you can post what I call inquisitive ads that don't say a lot, but make people curious. You could say things like, "Finally, a full night's sleep, waking up rested. This product is a godsend." You haven't told them anything other than the fact that you relieve some pain. Okay, who do you think is going to contact you on your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever where you posted? Are going to be people that are intrigued by the fact that they have pain and they want to get rid of it too. Okay, so they're going to reach out to you. They don't know you're selling anything anyway. They just know that you said this, and they're going to reach out to you and say, "What did you find? How is that going to help me?" Okay, so you create these curiosity posts, and people will reach out to you, and everybody that reaches out to you, will be the people that are open to your product, because if they weren't in pain or they weren't having a sleep problem or whatever it was, they wouldn't reach out to you. Another one, just lost 18 pounds. So glad I found something that works. Finally getting a full night's sleep. I just said that one, sorry. Wow, saving a bundle at the fuel pumps. So glad I found the answer to these high fuel prices. Once again, you're just letting people, you're getting them curious. Okay, yeah, he hates high fuel prices. So do I. I wonder what he found out. Let me call him or let me reach out to him and find out. So everybody's going to reach out to you is going to want the same cure that you supposedly just found for your high fuel prices. So the great thing about that, you've already quantified people. So you're not going to get people that are going to call you or write you and say, I don't want you to sell me anything, yada, yada, yada. These are all people that are going to reach out to you because they have a problem, and you just provided a possible way to solve their problem. So again, you become a problem solver, and they're asking you rather than you thinking you're trying to sell. Okay, big difference, big difference. So people can be. We recommend things all the time. We recommend a restaurant. We recommend a good movie. We recommend a sale on a certain product, and we think nothing of it. but we don't, whenever we have a product in our hand that we're trying to make money on, we think of ourselves as salespeople instead of problem solvers. Problem solvers is an easy way for you to feel comfortable about letting people know what you have to offer and let them ask you for an opportunity to hear more about it. Another one, finally getting control of my chronic pain that I've had for years. I'll tell you, most people in the world right now have a problem sleeping, a problem with anxiety, a problem with weight loss, or a problem with pain. Okay, if you bring up those 4 questions in a curiosity post like I just mentioned, you will get people that will reach out to you and say, what are you talking about? What are you doing? How can it help me? Okay, so again, everybody, those 4 things I just mentioned, there isn't a person on the planet that hasn't got a problem with one of them, I'll guarantee it. So you just have to reach out with this curiosity post and people ask you. Other testimonials, like another way is to say, you remind me of. If you don't have something you particularly has happened to you, maybe you sleep like a baby every night, but you have friends who've told you they have a hard time sleeping. So when somebody else says, and maybe one of those friends is somebody you gave our products to and they now are sleeping better. So now when you see somebody posting or and talking about pain or talking about sleeping or talking about whatever, you can say, go back and say, you remind me of my friend Bob. My friend Bob had the same problem you're having, but he found a solution. And of course, what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, what did you find for a solution? Well, it's funny you asked. He found a solution through me. I have a product that I sell, and it is something he used and it worked for him. Would you like to know more? You know, they're either going to say yes or no. They just told you they have a problem and they're looking for a cure. And if you say, would you like to know more, unless there's some really strange reason why they don't want to, they're going to say, yes, please tell me more. So again, you're creating that curiosity, you're creating that desire, and you're informing people. So many people that would buy this product from you just don't know you have a product that can help solve one of their problems. So you just have to let them know one way or another. And the best way is some of the ways I just mentioned, rather than just knocking on doors and saying, hey, I'm selling such and such. You know, you might knock on a door and be talking to them about pain when their problem is sleep. Or you might be talking about sleep when their problem is they're right now their focus is on the fact high fuel prices. You know, so by just creating these curiosity posts, you will bring in the people for each curiosity post that has the problem you're mentioning in the curiosity post. And you can post these as often as you want. You can do one on Monday for sleep, one on Tuesday for pain, one on Wednesday for anxiety. You can just keep posting over and over again. After you post it, you can wait a few days and you can mention something on that post so it gets recirculated and everybody that's on there will see it, which means more people will see it. So again, easy way to get beyond the point where people says, oh, I don't want to sell, I can't sell. You're not going to be selling, you're going to be solving a problem to your friends and people you know and care for. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, now let's talk about, I want to talk about specifically about our new product, Fuel Factor X or FFX. Let me start off by giving you a little history lesson. Okay, when I first got into network marketing 13 years ago, it was for a fuel additive. It was called FXT, Extreme Fuel Treatment. Okay, and the company that had it was doing gangbusters with it. They were making hundreds of thousands of dollars every month, and it got into the millions. It exploded all over the world. We were in countries all over Africa. We were in countries in South America, all over the United States, the Caribbean, Canada, all over, and it was exploding. But two things happened. Number one, the founders made a little mistake, and they brought on another product that was a skincare product that didn't really go with what we were selling. You can't go out there and tell everybody you're a fuel additive business and then try to sell skincare under the same umbrella if the name of your company is talking about fuel. Okay, so they made a little mistake there, and they got into a little financial trouble, and so things were kind of falling apart for that company. Because of that, and because some of the people that were in our company didn't feel that the company was going the right direction, and the fact that fuel prices were starting to drop, so that the benefits of the financial benefits of our product wasn't giving us as good of an advantage as it was before. It kind of died down a little bit. In the meantime, Josh Swagel, who was one of our top leaders in this company, decided to start his own network marketing company, which you obviously know is My Daily Choice. And he went on and did great things with that. Phil and I, we both stayed with the fuel additive, and we're trying to remain loyal to that. It got to the point where that company was fairly weak. And Josh got to the point where he was looking for international sales force, which we were. So he basically came back to the company he left, and he absorbed our whole sales team into My Daily Choice. So that's how I became part of My Daily Choice. He didn't take on the fuel treatment at that time because, again, things weren't, the price of fuel is $2 a gallon. Although the product does some other great things, the thing that people always focus on was how much money it was saving them. So it kind of died down. So he decided the time wasn't right then for him to introduce it with all the other products he has. Now, with fuel prices being the highest they've ever been in history, was the perfect time to add them. So now here we have the fuel treatment with a new branding, same product, new name, same history, same great success that we had before, and it's going to save people a tremendous amount of money and make their cars run better. This company, with the amount of affiliates we have around the world for all the different things we sell, and with everybody around the planet having a need for savings for fuel right now, we're going to blow this up. This is going to be, I think, big, if not bigger than when My Daily Choice first came out with CBD oil and CBD products. Okay, I personally believe we're going to go from, I think we're at 189 million or something like that last year. I think we're going to double that in the next 12 months because of this product. Everybody needs this product. Everybody's going to want this product. It's a proven product that has over 25 years of proven success. The two gentlemen that created one of the parts of this product, what we call the burn rate modifier, they won the Nobel Prize for creating that. They used it in rocket ships at one time. And that's a whole different story that I won't go into right now. But again, it's a phenomenal product, and it works. And we're gonna make insane amount of money selling this product. Let me just tell you a few things that this does. Okay, we would have my list. First of all, it increases fuel economy in the United States, usually from 7 to 20%, depending on the vehicle. Okay, does in Africa, my experience in Africa is that it usually does almost twice that. I had a tremendous amount of people in Africa because the quality of the fuel in Africa is not quite as high as it was in the United States. I had a lot of people saving, 25, 30, 35, 40% or more. Do I say that's going to be the case in everybody? No, but I'm telling you, in Africa, we saw a lot of incredible testimonials on it. Okay. It prolongs engine life and reduces engine wear. Okay. So I know a lot of the vehicles that come into Africa come in from like Asia. They've already got a lot of miles on them. And this is going to allow you to extend the life of that engine even further. Improves vehicle performance and horsepower. Now, another thing it does here is it reduces harmful emissions and pollutants. Now, let me put that all together for you. Okay. If you guys are familiar with a gasoline engine, it does the same thing for diesel, but I'm going to talk about gasoline engines. Okay. As the fuel goes into the chamber and a spark plug sparks and it causes the explosion on the gasoline. Okay. That's what creates the explosion inside the pistons. It moves the pistons and gives the engine its power. Okay. With our product, what it does, it allows you to burn more of the fuel. Okay, it lowers the temperature at which the fuel ignites and gives you a bigger explosion. Okay, what happens if you get a bigger explosion? It means you're going to have more power. You're going to be exploding in the same time frame as you were before, but you're going to have a bigger explosion, so you're going to have more power. If you have more power, that means you're going to go further on each explosion of that piston. Okay, which means you're going to get better fuel economy. It also means the reason you're getting that power is because with the reduced temperature that it sparks at, it explodes at, you're going to burn more of the available fuel in that chamber. Okay, that's what's going to cause the more power and all that. It also means you're going to have less unburnt fuel coming out of your tailpipe. When you see black smoke coming out of the tailpipe, that is basically unburnt fuel, okay, which is going into the atmosphere, and that's what's causing a lot of the problems we have today with global warming, with respiratory problems, with all kinds of things, okay? So we reduce emissions, and at the same time, we're giving ourselves better fuel economy and more power. I hope that all makes sense to you. And again, anytime you see a vehicle driving down the road, and it's like I was on the in Africa one time. I took a ride to the headwaters of the Nile, and we saw trucks coming at us. We're billowing black smoke. If they were using our product, that would all go away. It would turn into heat waves because we're burning more of the available fuel. That means less pollution. So we're helping our planet. We're saving people money on fuel. We're giving people more power. Okay. It also has a fuel stabilizer, which means if fuel has been stored for a long period of time, it tends to break down. Okay, it tends to separate. And that happens in generators. When finally the generator comes on, it'll plug the fuel line, and your generator will be on for a few short minutes, and it'll die out. And then you won't have a generator right when you need it. Well, this allows you to stabilize that fuel for 5 years or more. So the fuel won't separate, and you'll have the ability to use that 3, 4, 5 years down the road without problems. It has a demulsifier, which means that there's water in your fuel. It's going to encapsulate that water and drop the water down to the bottom of the fuel tank below where the access is to your fuel pump and all that. And so you're not going to be sucking water into your lines and thus doing damage to your engine. You can replace premium fuel with regular fuel with no change in performance, fuel economy, or engine wear. In other words, if you're driving a vehicle that says you have to have a higher octane gas, you need. Oh, let me just mute that. And you have a car like a Mercedes or a BMW or a sports car that's asking for higher octane gas. You don't need to use that anymore, okay? And we all know the difference between regular fuel and high octane fuel is usually, a substantial amount of money. Well, if you use our fuel additive, it's going to save you that. For instance, in the United States, you take a 20-gallon tank and it's requiring a high performance fuel, you'll save about 50 to 60 cents per gallon. So you're going to save $10 to $12 just on the fact that you can lower from the high octane gas to the regular gas without any problems whatsoever. You're going to still have the same power. The engine is still going to run just as good. It's going to, in fact, it's going to continue to be cleaned because of our products. Again, you're saving all that money, and that doesn't even include the money you're going to save on the fuel economy. Okay. Then it can be used in both gas, diesel fuel, bunker fuel, heating oil, kerosene for you that do your cooking in your house with kerosene. You can put this in and it'll burn at a lower rate, which means there'll be less emissions, which means there'll be less smoke in your house, which means it'll help people who have respiratory problems. It just goes on and on and on. It's highly concentrated so that only in the metric, about 7.5 milliliters will treat up to 76 liters of fuel. Okay. So when you buy one of our bottles, that's going to treat, if you're talking 76 liters of fuel, that'll treat 20 of those, 20 of that amount. Okay. And you can get it either in the bottle, or you can get it in the single foil packs where you use the product that's in each foil pack as one tank of fuel. So again, this is something that's going to save people money on fuel, especially now. I mean, think about this. Say on the high end, you're spending $5 US for a treatment, and you save yourselves anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 to $25 in fuel. It'd be like putting $5 in an ATM machine. Every time you did it, you get $20 back. How many times would you do that if you could? Obviously, as many as possible. So we're going to save people money on their fuel, and it's not going to reduce the quality of how the engine is running or anything. I mean, this is an incredible product. And like I said, been out there for 25 plus years. There's just an incredible amount of testimonials on around the world on what this has done. For instance, I told you about my vehicle with 105,000 miles on it went from 16 miles per gallon to 19.2. Now, remember, that had 105,000 miles on it. I knew what I've been getting for fuel mileage for years. And all of a sudden, bam, I go up to 19.2. A customer with an Audi, he went from 375 miles per a tank to 450 miles per tank. I can just go on and on and on and on. And, you know, I have just touched on a few of the things that this product does. There are cleaners, 5 different cleaners in the product, which helps clean your engine. We have retardants that help keep the engine from building up varnish inside the engine or inside the fuel tank. You know, again, there's so many things this does to help you your engine last longer and for you to save money. So that's what I want to talk to you about that. Now I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to do going forward. Okay. We're going to be kind of lucky here. Okay. This is when this fuel additive comes out. We all know that the My Daily Choice kind of pulled all their offices out of Africa. That's actually been kind of a blessing for us, because before we only could sell certain products. And now, because of the great foresight of people like Elizabeth and others that have basically set up a freight forwarding business for us, so the products that we buy from our corporate office get shipped to another place, United States, that then forwards them to Africa. We have been able to bring over products that we couldn't have before. And this is what I foresee happening with the fuel additive. They're gonna talk to us about it on Friday. They've already said that we'll be able to start ordering it immediately, but they also said that they won't start shipping for about 2 weeks. Oops, excuse me. I'll call you back. So we're gonna have people in America, in the United States, who are going to be probably waiting from the time they order it until the time they receive it. It could be up to 3 weeks. Okay. Now, they've already said it's going to be open in Canada, so Canada will be about the same. I'm guessing they want to send it to the EU, but by the time they get through all that and then get it shipped to the EU, I'm thinking they're probably going to be sometime in late May before they have it. Same thing with South America, same thing with a lot of other places. Because we have ours shipped to a US freight forwarder, I'm thinking that what'll happen is we'll order it anytime after the 8th through the 10th. It's going to take a couple weeks for them to decide to ship it. When they get ready to ship it, it's going to be shipped to our freight forwarder. I know Elizabeth says it's getting faster and faster as far as how long it takes us to get it. I think we'll probably see it maybe by the 10th of May or mid-May. Okay. And that's what you should tell your customers. Don't sell it to your customers and promise them they're going to get it in a couple of weeks. Tell them this is what the scenario is. You know, you're going to order it now. We're going to place the orders. It's going to take a couple of weeks for US to get this thing rolling, and then it's going to take time for us to get it on from our freight forwarder. So, but I think we're going to probably see it sooner than maybe even the Europeans do. So I think that's great for us. Okay. So you want to, as soon as you can, you want to start ordering it, and so that we can get this thing into our inventory and start moving it. Okay. And as I said, basically what I'm looking at is a timeline is orders. We can start orders as early as the 8th. They say they'll ship it in 2 weeks, and we'll hopefully see it no later than mid-May. The plan going forward about Africa, you know, there's so many things changing with our company. You know, we're having, and you want to make sure you're on that call on Friday, because they're going to talk about all the amazing things that are happening with our back office, with the way that people are going to be able to order. The way I understand it, we're going to be able to order all our products, and it's going to be very similar to the way you order Amazon. Okay. So in other words, if you were going on there and say, what is this company, My Daily Choice, what do they sell for weight loss? You're going to push weight loss, and it's not going to just pull up the product from Body Melt or the product from HempWorks. It's going to pull up everything we sell that has to do with losing weight. Okay, so it's going to be very similar to the way you pull stuff up on Amazon, and it's going to make it so much easier for us to sell. It's going to make us so much easier to create funnels to funnel people right to your website so they can order and get things rolling. So I think that's so important that that's coming up. So the two important things you're going to hear about on Friday is everything that's new in the back office. And I mean, I'm not going to tell you about all of them, but you're going to be blown away. We saw this at Mastermind. You're going to be able to talk to all your customers and all your affiliates right from your back office. You're going to be able to send them messages without having to get off and go onto WhatsApp or something like that. You're going to be able to oversee what people are doing for business, who has their auto ships, who is ready, who's about ready to reach another rank. You're going to know all this stuff. You're going to be able to run your business the way you want to run your business. This is all coming to fruition this Friday. Our back office was always incredible, and now it's going to be the best one out there. So keep that in mind. You're also going to hear a lot more about the fuel additive and how on the kickoff on that. What's happening in Africa? We're going to expand Africa in many different ways. Okay, we have just added some incredible leaders that are going to be bringing their expertise from other network marketing companies. I see a couple of them on here right now, and I welcome them. We're going to have the ability to, because of all the products we have and the fact that it's obvious that like the fuel additive and our weight loss and our CBD oil products, that they work, that they're needed. You're going to have a lot of people on other network marketing companies that are frustrated because, one, they might not have products that are able to sell right now. Like if you're in the travel business, it's been tough to do that. Or the company that they're with may be in financial trouble, so that they can see the writing on the wall. The company may not be around for much longer. It might be a company from a country that's historically known for coming into Africa and being here for a couple of years and then leaving. All these different things that could happen, and we're going to be able to build this by ourselves. We're going to be able to create what we want to create here. You know, we're no longer in Africa. We're no longer held to all the rules that the rest of the world is, even for My Daily Choice, because right now we're doing our own thing. Now, there's a couple of things that are going to be happening. In certain countries, if somebody comes up with an idea on how they want to have the exclusive rights to that country, and they have the money to do it, we're going to be able to, in some countries, not all, but in some countries in Africa, especially countries that aren't doing anything with us yet, we're going to be able to find a leader who has, all they have to do is open an office. We've already met several people that are interested in doing something like this, already have offices for their other businesses. So that's already taken care of. They'll need to help us register whatever products they want us to sell in that country. Okay. And they'll have to put up some cash for an initial inventory, so they'll be able to create that rollover. Okay. And always have stock so people don't run out of inventory. There are people out there that ask us all the time, is there a chance I could get the exclusive rights to my country? And for those that we can do that for, we're going to be able to do that. And they're going to be able to not only have the rights to the country for them and their own team, but if other teams go in there and are building too, because they hold the office and they hold the inventory, they're going to be able to make probably the companies will probably give them a little bit of an override to help overcome some of their expenses, because they're doing something for the company that the company doesn't have to do for themselves. So it's not going to mean that other people can't build in their country. It just means that when we go there, we're going to have office already in place. We're going to have a inventory already in place. We're going to have registration already in place. And so it's going to help us expand throughout Africa. So this is in the infancy. Okay. Don't get too excited about this. We're just starting this with a few people. And I think for the most part, it's going to be our team that this is going to be happening to. Okay. Because to be honest with you, so many other of the leaders are working so hard in Europe and in South America and Asia that we've kind of, this has always been our love, the African continent, the African people. We love you and we want to see you succeed. And so this is just something I hope you see the vision we're working on for down the road, how we're going to build this business. Another thing is, as I said, other networkers from other companies if you know people like that, reach out to them. Okay. Show them what we got going on. Show them the new fuel additives. Show them all the exciting things that are going on with this company. Show them our back office. It's going to blow them away. And then the best thing to do is to, at that point in time, show them a video, maybe get them to Chris Bailey's presentation. And once you've done that and they actually see everything that we have to offer, then reach out to me or one of our other leaders, but primarily it usually probably be me or Elizabeth or somebody like that. Reach out to us and let us talk to them. Okay. And when I say that, I have people all the time that reach out to me and they go, Dale, here's a contact number. Reach out to them. I think they like this business. That doesn't work, guys. That doesn't work. Set up a Telegram group or a WhatsApp group. If Elizabeth would never do this, but I'm going to use Elizabeth for an example. If Elizabeth just sent me a contact person, I don't have any real thing to talk to them about. If they've already seen the video, so they know what we're doing, you've already showed them the back office, you've already talked to them about some of the incredible products we have and told them what you're doing with this business. And then you set up a WhatsApp group of that person, yourself and me, and say, hi, to both of you, I want to introduce you to each other. Dale is one of our top leaders in Africa, and he can help you certainly with any questions you might have. Dale, this is my friend Joseph, who has been a network marketer with such and such company for several years. He's looking for a new home. Something like that. That gives us both an opening to start talking. And then from there, I can create the rapport and answer their questions and chat with them until the point I invite them, and you, if you want to come, onto a Zoom call, and we chat even more. Okay. Another thing along that line, and I'm getting ahead of the cart ahead of the horse a little bit here, but my plan is to be over there in Africa sometime in June. Okay. Show you how this business works. Joshua enrolled Karen. Joshua is from Kenya. He enrolled Karen, who's originally from Thika in Kenya, but now lives in Nashua, New Hampshire, which is about 2.5 hours from where I live in Vermont. Okay. She has proven that she is very aggressive about building this business. She even went to the mastermind with us. She's very fired up. She's going to go back to Kenya with her family sometime in June. I'm going to meet her over there, or maybe travel with her, who knows. And I'm going to work with her. I'm going to work with all of Elizabeth's team. I have other countries that are interested in me being there. So who knows, I might stay for several weeks and travel throughout and get to meet as many of you as possible. But again, what I'm trying to show you is that there is a lot of things going on behind the curtain that's going to make Africa explode. And I'll be honest with you, I want nothing more than for us to explode so I can kind of rub corporate's nose in it for pulling out. I want to be able to say, I told you so. I told you that Africa is going to be one of our best areas, and you just weren't patient enough to wait. Okay, so I want to be able to rub their nose in it. I want to have a lot of us showing up from Africa to our international meeting, which is going to be in Florida in November. So my goal is to get as many of you who are serious about building this business ready to rock and roll between now and then, so that you'll make the money you need to go to it. You'll have the success, so we can show all the other people at the convention that Africa is very well represented. So that's my goal. Okay, and it's all possible because we're in a situation where we kind of have more control of this continent than a lot of the other leaders have. So I hope you see my vision. I hope you're excited about what we're talking about doing. I fully believe that we have, and I know we have certain people coming into this company that are big time networkers from other companies. Let me just give you a list of people countries that I'm working with right now that either have somebody that's looking for the exclusive rights to that country, which means they're going to have an office and everything, and we're going to be able to all work with them, or they're coming in because they see the value of some of our newest products that they want to be part of, or they are part of another network marketing company that they see is on its way out, and they're looking for a company that's really strong and really viable and has the right products they can make money at. Let me just give you a list here. These are just people I've been working with in the last month or so. Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Namibia, Angola, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, the DRC, South Sudan. That's just, and that's not covering some of my team that are working on things that they haven't fully brought to term yet, so that they haven't really, they've told me they're working in other places, but until I see something more concrete, I'm not going to bring them up. But these are all countries that we may have a footprint in, may have something going on in the very near future. And of course, many of the ones I talked to about at the end, Kenya and South Africa have a long history of doing well with this business anyway. So I hope you're as excited as I am. I hope you see the vision. And I'll tell you, I'm going to read you one thing here. You can I saw this. Candace is always saying this, and I want you to understand it. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. Okay, you can't do both. You're going to do one or the other. You shouldn't have any excuses right now. There is so much going on for Africa right now that you should be super excited. Okay, we have products that we know work. We have more products coming that we know work. And these are products that are in demand right now, that people are talking about right now. Everybody's talking about the price of fuel. Okay, and we're going to have, and within the next, say, 30 to 35 days, you're going to have something on the continent of Africa that's going to be able to help them with that. Okay, so take all this, be excited, because this is something that only comes around once in a great while. You know, they in 2017 they came out with CBD oil, and they made a run with it, and they did $100 million, $111 million in 1 year with a brand new product. I believe, just from the history we had with this product before, and the fact that we have so many people that already know this product, that are already coming back to our company because of this product, that we're gonna do more than that in the next year. I mean, and I didn't mention that before, but guys like Chris Bailey and Chris Robinson, myself, so many of us that were in this old company, and so many of the people that were in that company with us who didn't come over with us to MDC are now hearing about the fuel additive, and they're calling us. I have talked to people from around the world this week, Italy, United Kingdom, India, Japan, Hong Kong. I mean, people are calling me from everywhere, all over South America. So it's time is now. It's time is now. And then on top of that, so many of you took, and one of my trainings was on how to build outside of your continent, how to reach out to friends of yours who've moved to the United States, who've moved to South America, who've moved to Asia. And people are doing that, and we're signing people all the time. So now we have, like I talked about Joshua having somebody from the United States. And now we're getting ready to open Costa Rica. We're getting ready to open Panama. We are opening Mexico. We've got presence in Colombia. If you know people in those countries in the South African, South American and Central American area, reach out to them. Tell them what we have to offer. The same thing, and if you have people in Japan or in anywhere in the European Union. So again, this should get you as excited as I am. Every time I do one of these things, I'm ready to sign up again when I hang up. When I get over this call, I'm ready to sign up again. So I hope you guys see what I'm saying. And please, please, please tell everybody you know to get on that call on Friday. Learn about our new back office. And I'm not just talking about affiliates. If you've got people in other network marketing companies, tell them, if nothing else, get on this call. I won't even necessarily, you tell them this from yourself. I won't even know if you're on the call because there'll be so many people on the call. But get on the call and hear what we have going on right now. And I think you'll be blown away. If you aren't blown away, you got nothing to lose but about an hour of your time. So reach out to everybody to get on that call and learn about the exciting things that are going on and how you can benefit from them, how your friends can benefit from them. So I guess that's all I have for today. I used up most of the hour. Warwick, thank you for inviting me to do this. I'll turn it over to you for any final thoughts. And just remember, everyone, I have no other reason for doing this. I'm doing it because I love you all. I want nothing more than to see you succeed, and I'll always be here for you. So back to you, Warwick.
Thank you, Dale. And I'm sure everybody will agree with me when I say we can see the passion and we can hear the passion and we feel the passion. And we want to mirror that passion. It's so exciting at the moment. You see, I've dubbed Friday Fuel Saver Friday. If you want to use that line to market Friday, team, go ahead. Let's do something like that.
Love it.
Let's grab people's attention. But Dale, thank you once again. Thank you so much. It's always refreshing hearing from you. Much appreciated. Family, thank you so much. Just in the comments, please give a big thank you to Dale. It would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you so much, Warwick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can't wait to see all of you in Florida in November.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Dale.
Yes, this is Africa rebranded. We can't
Exactly.
wait. We are growing like crazy. Thank you so much, Dale, for what you're doing for us. We are holding
welcome home. Welcome, Kenya.
We're gonna change the African continent, and the world better watch out.
Yes, be ready
so
to
much.
eat. We are happy. It's
Yay!
exciting. Yes.
Take care,
Very
everyone.
exciting, yes.
Have a great evening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, fam.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Dale.